everybody, it's Ani here, creator and inventor of the Jool tool, and on today's show I'm going to remove this deep scratch right on the bezel, super close to the crystal, and I'll show you how easy it is. Let me first show you how deep this scratch is, so wish me luck on getting this, you guys. So it's right here, okay, so I'm going to help you guys out. Guys, finger cross, okay? I'm going to put an iPhone because this sucker doesn't like miss a beat on anything. Hold on, where'd it go? There it is. So I'm going to try to grab it. Hold on, give me a second. You guys see right there? I need someone tap the screen. Tap the screen, please. It's still not showing up. There it is. There it is. Do you guys see? Why isn't it coming in clear? Right there. Do you see that scratch? No, you're not in the camera. Ah, there it is. You see that scratch right there? I can feel it with my fingernail right there. So that's the scratch I want to get out, along with other scratches on the side of his, where is that? Right there. Do you guys see all these little pits? I'm going to get rid of all of those. But this is the one that was bothering Scott. And so I'm going to make a beeline and get that scratch right out right there. Okay, so what I'm going to use a total of 4 wheels. I'm going to use the fine scratch eraser. Now this will burnish. This is not sandpaper, people. Please do not comment that I'm removing metal. Do your research. It's made by 3M. It's a burnisher. And if you don't know what burnishing means, Google it. It means moving metal. It fills. And then we're going to use my felt polishing wheel with my Jool tool compound and finish with the magic pink buff. 3 steps, baby. 3 steps. Okay, let's get started. This is a fine scratch eraser wheel. I'm going to run this at high speed. Okay, oh wait, hold on. I'm filming too for my Instagram. You guys can follow me on Instagram. Let me do this. Let's get started. It's at the bottom of the screen. All right, so here we go. Now, you guys, if you guys have an issue of seeing, you can always use a Sharpie. I don't have one with me, but it's always, you can always grab a Sharpie and use it. But I really don't need to. I know kind of what I'm doing. So we're just going to hold it right here. And I'm going to, so when you start, you guys, you don't ever want to start on the scratch. You want to start off to the side and move the metal over. So I know your first initial, feeling is going to be, let me get that scratch and go straight like beeline. So start off offset and roll it back and forth. So what you want to do is you want to just keep it rolling back and forth like so. Do you guys see that? Let me get closer. So you're going to move the metal there and kind of glide over the deep pit. And you guys can see it's pitted. So what you're going to do is you're going to move metal again over it. Do you guys see how I don't spend time on the actual scratch? So you're going to move the metal. When you go over it, move the metal a little bit more, glide back over. Oops, sorry, I slipped. No worries. Jool tool saved. You see, even if you slip, you guys, it's not like sandpaper that's going to like destroy anything. It doesn't destroy anything in its path. So right now, we're almost there. There's still a little scratch left, and we're going to get that. So slow and steady wins the race. There's no need to rush. A few more seconds, and you're good to go on this. And it won't harm the crystal. There we go. It's looking good, guys. Looking really good. And with a flat wheel, oh, it's gone. So what you want to do after it's done, you got to make sure everything is nice and even. So hold on, give me a second. So it's best to go over it a few times like this to make sure you have it nice and even. Do you guys see how the light follows? That means there are no waves and unevenness. Now, if you were to try to do this with, let's say, my chubby scratch eraser, you would kind of get in here and go back and forth. But remember, you guys, this is round. You guys see how it's round? So this is going to want to create a cave finish, right? Yeah. And so you don't, that's what these wheels will cause, like those waves that you see that you're trying to fix all the time. But since the Jool tool, it's flat, so all we're basically doing is like gliding flat back and forth. So you'll always have that beautiful light, you know, the following of the light without any kind of disruptiveness with waves. So there we go. I'm gonna actually look at it with my iPhone to make sure I got the scratch out. It looks really, really good. I'm gonna hit it one more time just for good measure, you guys. Just that all the way into that inside. Keep it going, always flow. Remember, it's not, so one thing I wanna show you guys is this. Do you guys see the thickness? Do you guys see how I didn't compromise the thickness of that bezel? This is what makes it so unique. And when I slipped, look, all I did was make a little bit of, and I can polish that out. But do you guys see how it's not like scratched or sandpaper and I destroyed the roundness of it? So now we're gonna do the side right here. You guys see that? So now we're gonna start, oh, I'm gonna polish. So now we're gonna work on the side. It's got a pit right there. You guys can see that, and some scratches. So let me go ahead and remove the pit right there. So let's go ahead and do that. There we go. So now you're gonna hold it and just glide back and forth. So you're gonna almost like ignore that there's a pit there, and you're just gonna keep bringing the metal and kind of glide it back and forth, back and forth. So it's, I always say that this reminds me of putting frosting on a cake. You just take it and go back and forth, and you're not removing any frosting, you're just spreading it back on. And that's what we're doing with the metal here. I'm not removing it, we're just kind of putting it on. There you go. Do you guys see that now? We are burnishing. You guys see that? You guys see how it's gone? And whatever hits in its way, like I said, it doesn't grind, it just you just polish it off. So I think I'm good to go. And anything else that I want to polish, like minor scratches, I'll just use the felt wheel and we'll get all that polished. I don't think there's any other scratches that need to be addressed right now. There you go. So there we go. So now I'm going to use the felt polishing wheel, and I'm going to use the JOOLTOOL compound. Okay, so we're going to use a felt wheel and the JOOLTOOL compound. So we're just going to, so primarily we're going to put the compound on the edge here because that's primarily where I'm going to work. So remember that area that we worked on? Remember this area right here? We're going to polish that. So let me go ahead and get going. So you want to hold it there a little bit. Don't give ridiculous pressure. Just hold it there nice and even. Roll around. Keep it going. And we should get a beautiful polish. Do you guys see that? Like, I mean, dear Lord have mercy. Mercy me! And then we're going to continue. And don't forget to apply some extra compound on it, you know, while you're working. And my compound is not a heavy compound. Here's a tip, you guys. If you want to know if a compound is like abrasive, it will leave a dull finish. If it, you know what I mean, you guys, if it's a compound that has abrasive qualities in it, in materials, it won't leave a high polish behind, if you will. Do you know what I mean? So like, you see how I polish this and it's a high polish? If there was like a fog, a haze over it where you would have to go to another step to high polish, that means that compound has some sandpaper in it and some abrasive qualities. So that's not good. Don't do that. Oh, here's a little nick too. So even if you have tiny little nicks, my compound is enough to handle it. It's great. I developed this formula by accident for woodworkers to polish their chisels. stainless steel chisels. Ironically, it turned out to be an amazing formula. It works on platinum, stainless. Yeah, Yara, you want to show the side view? Let me show you guys a side view, just so you guys see how I'm not rolling over the edge and keeping and maintaining that nice flatness to it. You guys see that? And there you go. So I think I'm done. I'm kind of doing this a little bit more. I really want you guys to learn. So let me go ahead and now touch up the side. Actually, first let me address that area that I did the little slippiness. You see, isn't that nice when you can see? When you see what you're doing, you guys, it's so much easier. But you see, a lot of people are always tending to, like, the smaller felt wheel with the little bob, you know what I mean? And going, ring. That's all fine and dandy, but again, you're dealing with a round surface, round. You know, you guys, this will create dips. Whereas, again, I'm going to say it again, this is flat I'm working on, flat. It's not going to create any kind of waves, for example. Do you guys see what I mean? Please, you should understand this. Okay, so now I'm going to do the side. Actually, I'm going to remove my felt because I realized I grabbed the wrong one. Let me use the one I use for metal. Here we go. There we go. That's usually what my metal one looks like. So let me go ahead and put some good compound on. I have the vacuum on. So here we go. So this is the area that we remove the scratches. And I'm just going to hold it here. And you can zhuzh it up and down. Here's a technique, you guys. I call this zhuzhing. And you can change your scratch pattern. Do you guys see that? It's very important to change your scratch pattern. Don't keep it on the same method. You see how even just a slight little angle change will change the scratch pattern. Just real quick, you guys, I really didn't even do anything. And look at that, how even it is with no waves. So we'll continue. We'll continue right here. You see flat. Oh, hello, mama. Come to mama. Oh, look at that, you guys. What, Yarrow? Okay, that's fine. You can actually do a side view right now. Watch this, you guys. Look, everyone thinks since it's a wheel, you can't get into hard to reach areas. Yes, you can. Look, I'm going to get into this one tight corner right there. Look at that. Look at that. You see that? There you go. Let me do the tip again. I'm going to make this look so pretty for Scott. Scott watched my YouTube videos and sent me an email and said, hey, Ani, can I send you my watch? I'm like, sure. There, oh, look at that. My God. Wow. Look at that. So you got that. And so you could, and you know, you can remove the band. But since I can see what I'm doing and I have full detail, I don't really need to. But you can. All you just need to do is, you know, snap that little spring in the inside and I'll pop right off. But I really don't need to because you can see, right? I can see what I'm doing and I'm like totally missing the band. There's a little pit right here. So when you can see what you're doing, you just hold it there a little and there. Pit gone. Pit bye-bye. I think that should do it. Let me polish this side for good measure. Yep, we're good to go. Maybe this side a little quickie. Kind of bring it all together so it matches, even though there were no scratches on this side, but, you know, why not? And so now I'm going to use the Pink Magic Buff, and you can kind of touch up the sides a little. Maybe sometimes there's scratches on the edges. If there's scratches on the edges, this is what you would do. Scott doesn't seem to have too many, but you never know. So it's always wise to do this. And then this way you won't, you know, round over the edges. You're just kind of following around. So now, you guys, sorry, I shook the thing. What I'm going to do next is I'm actually going to use, what's it called? The Pink Magic Buff. And with the Pink Magic Buff does not need any compound. So what I'm doing is any extra compound that is like kind of like remnants of it. I'm just wiping it off with my polishing cloth. This is available. It comes in a 3-pack. It's amazing. I got all of these. Yeah, and we'll post the links to all the items. But for the most part, even this looks fantastic. But I'm going to use my Pink Magic wheel. What I love about this wheel, Yara, can you grab me a new one just to show? They last a long time. This has survived all throughout COVID. I did live shows every single day for 2 years straight. And I just want you guys to know, these are little flaps. Do you guys see? That's good. They come actually this size, and it's kind of shrunk a little. But do you guys see how it's got a corner? And this is great for getting into like hard to reach areas, you know, or things that you don't want like a big buff to get in. Like, you know, the big buff is going to go everywhere. Like, you know, but with the Pink Magic buff, I can control it. I can control exactly where I want to polish around the crown, all of that. And you'll see right now, look. So the Pink Magic buff, you just run it at slow speed. And watch this, you guys. So we'll first hit where was it? The scratch was down here. So let's take a look at that scratch real quick. And so you can, again, I don't want to polish the band. So there you go. You guys see how that works? You can do it without touching the band. Isn't that lovely, people? Lovely, lovely. Look at that. Oh my God. Can we just stop for a moment and look at this, Yarrow? That's where the scratch was. That's where the scratch was, y'all. Just saying. You guys see that? And again, no material was harmed. No material was lost. We didn't lose anybody. Do you guys see that nice thickness all the way across? Okay, let me continue polishing because this is the fun part. This is like we already had the child and now we're just having fun and we get to enjoy the child. It's over. Party's over. So, but do you guys see how this buff is so like helpful? Like it doesn't make your life even more like miserable, even more miserable. But you know how when you're polishing, you guys, things cannot, sometimes don't go. You look right here by the crown. Look at that. Hello. Hello, crown. It's coming to visit a little. It's going to give you, even if you just want to spruce up your gold stainless steel watches, this is great because it won't put any compound. Doesn't spit it all over. However, there, look, there's a little scratch here. You guys see that? You guys, yeah, right there. I didn't see that scratch earlier. Where'd that scratch come from? Look at that. Do you guys see that? Okay, so I'll go back and fix that. Meanwhile, while we're here, let me get everything done. I don't think I even hit that side. I don't think I got to this side. I think I forgot that side. But it's okay. Nonetheless, if you do forget, you guys, God, that looks so good. God, that looks so good, you guys. If you guys do forget, just all it takes is, this is how fast it is, you guys. Look, I'm not joking. All you do is you take your felt, twist on, run it high speed, put your compound on. There you go. Oh, I should have used a scratch eraser. But here, look, even if I don't use a scratch eraser and I just hold it here, look. Look at how it'll even combat this on stainless steel. Stainless, people, stainless. See, look. You see that? No scratches. Where am I going? Am I going off the corner? You guys see that? Okay, so good. Okay, so now all you do is just hit it with a wipe, put that magic buff back on, slow speed, and voila. Oh shoot, I was going to do that extra, that one, but whatever. I feel like he has some scratches. I'm sorry, but this is for Scott, and he is actually paying me to do this, so we want to make sure it's done properly. I'm putting the felt back on. Just give it me a second, you guys. This is unedited. Just so you know, like if you run into these issues, you guys, you can do this just the same as I'm doing it. It's a real video, not edited. There you go. Beautiful. Now I'm happy. Now I'm happy. Okay, that's good. No more. Okay, we're done. So let me just finish up with the pink, and I'll give you a final gorgeous shot of it. Just get rid of any kind of compounds, and then we'll be done. I'm going to put this in the mail and send it off to Mr. Scott. There we go. Oh, that's, now I'm happy. Now I'm happy here. But do you guys see how I can do this? You can't do this. Here, let me make sure you guys understand. You see this buff? You cannot do that without rolling over the edges with this buff. I'm so sorry, you guys. Yeah, because if you take this to a jeweler, he's going to use that buff because the products I use are very high end. We've got people like, you know, we serve, we help Patek Philippe. We help a lot of people who restore watches. And you know, it's funny, is so many watch restorers use the JOOLTOOL and don't tell anyone. So if you want to comment mean stuff to me, you can do all you want. But just so you know, some of the world's biggest watch manufacturers use my tool in their repair facility. Just so you know. Well, you can see it. It's helpful. Okay, and we're done. I'll probably touch up his clasp a little bit later, but for the most part, you guys, let's take a final little look-see-poo. Let me put my palm on it so it's not blurry. Are we focused? Okay, so let's do a whole run. This is where the nick was. So I want you guys to analyze it beautifully. Like, do you guys see? No metal loss. You guys see that? Look at that. Good. There's no shame. There's a little compound, however. Just wipe that right off. There you go. Yeah, his main objective, and it was driving him crazy, right, Scott, if you're watching, was to get that nick out. You guys, hold on, let me clean this up. That's got some compound there. Mission accomplished, you guys. However, just for anyone who wants to stick around, you know, can I show that the thing with, again, hold on. Let's see. So the scratch was here, and I just want to show you guys. Can you zoom in? Yeah, hold on. Change it to videos. Oh, okay, cool. I guess so. If you guys want to see the final finish, it was right here. You guys see that right there? That's where the, can you tap on that area, Yara? Thank you. That's where the scratch was. And do you see how the light follows everywhere? Okay, take it away. We're done. So yeah, so you guys, if you want to restore watches or want to restore your own watches, it's that easy. It really is, you guys. This is a Baume Mercier watch, and it belongs to Scott, and it's ready to go. So you guys, if you have any questions, put them down. I'll answer them, believe it or not. So if you say anything mean, I'll answer you back too. Anyways, you guys know that I created this tool. I created it because I'm a bench jeweler since I was 12 years old. These are the actual benches I've worked on my whole life with my dad. It's just I wanted a tool that would make my jewelry making easily and faster. You know, jeweler, yeah, easily, is that what I said? Easier and faster. You know, you guys, jewelers and just normal people always tend to use a flex shaft. And don't get me wrong, I sell a flex shaft. I swear it's somewhere around here. You can put a flex shaft attachment on the JOOLTOOL. We took them away. There's a purpose for a flex shaft, you guys. But when it's overly abused, just because you need to get into detail, so the JOOLTOOL bridges the gap from a big honker buffer grinder or the little, you know, flex shaft with the little small Dremel bits. You needed something in between to bridge the gap. And that's how the JOOLTOOL was created. So you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll be posting what I used. I used the fine scratch eraser, the felt wheel with the JOOLTOOL compound, and the final high polish was with my pink magic buff that I love. So you guys, thanks for watching. This is an unedited video because I want you guys to know the time it took, how I did it, and sorry you have to listen to me. So I love you all. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, subscribe, click on that notifications, and like this video so more people get to watch it. I'm here to help. And don't forget, you guys, I do live videos every week. So if you subscribe, you'll get notified. and on Facebook too, JOOLTOOL USA. All right, you guys, see you. Have a great day, and look out for more videos to come. Bye.